Hey guys,
Welcome back.
welcome back, guys. We're back, y'all. K Korner. I told y'all we'll be back. We have it's still what, episode 5. I'm sorry, y'all. We only 5 episodes now, y'all. But don't worry, we gonna be back. So today, y'all, we get into some juicy stuff. Some interesting topics today. And also today we have a special guest who hasn't, never been on here before. We have Jay. Hey,
I'm here, y'all.
Hey, Jay. If y'all don't know, those of you who don't know, Jay is kind of a new K-pop fan.
I was indoctrinated.
He was not. Okay.
Fresh blood in the family.
After the Stray Kids concert, she just started to like it a little bit more, so she is here today. Welcome, Jay. We're glad to have you here.
Welcome to the K-pop family.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So today, again, we're going to get into some juicy stuff today. We're going to talk about Sasaengs and Shady Staff. Okay? Now, all them K-pop fans out there, y'all know that this is a horrible, crazy thing that's been happening more and more throughout the years. And it just seems like it keeps getting worse, literally.
Folks be getting wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
We just have to talk about it. Okay. Now, for those of you who don't know what that is, including Jay here, who doesn't know what that is.
I don't.
What is a sasaeng? Eric, do you mind telling us what a sasaeng is?
Okay, so according to the definition I looked up, a sasaeng or sasaeng fan is an obsessive fan who stalks or engages in other behaviors consisting of the invasion of privacy of celebrities, specifically Korean idols, drama fans, or other public figures. So the term sasaeng comes from the Korean word sa, which means private, and then saying, which means life. So that's basically referring to the intrusion into celebrities' private lives done in South Korea. According to estimates that were recently done for celebrity managers in the Korean media, popular Korean celebrities may have between 500 to 1,000 sasaeng fans. And can be actively followed by about 100 sasaeng fans every single day. Sasaeng fans are often described as being female. No surprise there. Between the ages of 13 to 22, and are driven to commit what in some cases may amount to borderline criminal actions in order to gain attention from said celebrities. This could include entering dorms or homes. We've seen that before. Yes. Stealing their personal belongings or information, harassing family members, or even sending inappropriate gifts to these idols.
Which we're gonna get into in a minute with the examples that I have, because they do the most to get the attention, because what they think is they want to get the attention from their fave or whatever, regardless if it's good or bad. They want to do anything to get attention from.
No publicity is bad publicity.
Exactly. That is what they live by. And they just dedicate their whole lives trying to get their attention, do anything. And it's pretty crazy. So let me give you some examples. My goodness. Okay. All right, so I have a couple here. Okay, this is how bad this is, okay? Okay, so, there was one incident with BTS. They were in Sweden, and they stopped at a cafe to grab a bite to eat and to relax a little. And then a group of Sasaengs fans were like watching them and waiting outside for them to come out. And then, you know, the cameraman that was with them decided to like step outside and ask them to leave. But instead of actually moving, they just pretended to leave. And then when BTS finally came out, they decided to chase them down to the street. They started chasing them everywhere that they went, right? That's one. And then JISUNG from Stray Kids had a Sasaeng wear lingerie during a fan call and made him feel really, really uncomfortable. Then a tease had illegal trackers put in their vehicles to track their location.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Then EXO, Sasaengs had rented out a van identical to their actual van that they ride in. So when and parked where their van would normally be parked at, so that EXO could like go in and they can like kidnap them.
Walk into their van.
Exactly.
That's so scary and
exactly.
dumb.
This is the one that got me though. Taekyun from 2 p.m. He received an extremely creepy note saying you can't live without me. That was written in blood from the Sasaeng's menstrual pad.
I remember that.
Oh, no.
I remember hearing about
Yeah, I remember hearing about that too.
Yeah.
That is beyond disgusting.
Then another thing happened to him where on another occasion he woke up to the sound of laughter.
I think that's the highest level
I know.
of Sasaeng I've ever heard.
So crazy. Then on another occasion he woke up to the sound of laughter and found 2 Sasaengs watching him sleep in his hotel room. Okay. Then another one was this crazy fan that stalked and harassed Nayeon from Twice. I think it was this guy from Germany or something, and he kept like showing up to JYP Entertainment, trying to see her and everything, and kept like saying weird stuff online and stuff like that. Then NCT, thing with NCT, I don't like these fans get a hold of their like phone numbers and they blow up their phones. Okay, like the one incident was like Jeno from NCT Dream. He was doing a V Live with Chunla and Renjun, and during the live, it was like his phone rang like more than 20 times. It just kept ringing. And Renjun, it got to the point where Renjun had to finally like answered it and told the Sasaeng was telling the Sasaeng to stop, but he did it like off camera. So yeah, that's the one. That's another one. Then Taeyeon from Girls' Generation, there was one incident where they were performing and then like some random dude like comes out of nowhere and tries to pull her off stage. Like he just I don't know how he even got up there. Like he just went up there and he just started pulling her and like trying to get her off stage. Then Sungmin from Stray Kids was kind of frustrated on Bubble because he was saying that like he was kind of like venting his frustrations because I guess there were Sasaengs who kept constantly like waiting outside of their dorms and like invading their privacy. So he got like kind of frustrated and started saying stuff on Bubble about, you know, his frustrations with that because Sasaengs he kept seeing Sasaengs outside of their dorms, Stray Kids dorms and everything.
No.
So those are some of the examples that I have. It's pretty crazy, right, Jay?
For the Nayeon one, I remember listening to that story about Nayeon from Twice. That guy is so crazy. He did all this stuff, and then I think the last thing he said was that like if she ever dated someone, like he would kill her.
Oh no.
That was the last thing he said.
Dang.
These people are crazy.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Sasaengs are crazy, and it just annoys me. Oh yeah, and then okay, of course we have the crazy Sasaengs who put out lies about K-pop stars just so they could, you know, ruin their careers, like Woojin from Stray Kids. Like found out that it was the bunch of Sasaeng fans who was trying to ruin his career, you know.
What about the one
And
from Super Junior where he got poisoned and like almost died?
he got poisoned?
I didn't even hear about that one.
I feel like
Yeah, it was from Super Junior. He had like some orange juice and like a note on like his desk. I think they made it look like it was from a staff member. He drank it and ended up having like super glue in it or something like that.
oh,
And
I remember
like
that.
he like got really sick and had to go to the
Oh.
hospital and like almost died. And it was a minor too, and she was like really young. And I forgot what happened, but they never pressed charges because they said she was a minor. And I was like,
No. She tried to literally kill this man. Like, what in the world?
Oh my god.
Also, it took him a
She-
while before he could drink orange juice. Like he had to literally like
Oh, I
couldn't drink orange
understand.
juice for a long time.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like
And then
another one?
I
What-
looked it up and it's saying that like the same fan put like powdered poison in a cake they were sending him for his birthday. And then the same gift contained
Contained.
It, ew.
Oh, okay. Okay, Eric, I think
There
Wi-Fi.
was a container with bags of blood, a knife, and then a stab photo of him.
what? A stabbed photo. Wait, Ari, are you there?
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's weird though. I'm telling you, Jay, they do crazy stuff like this just so they can get their attention. I'm telling you.
This don't make no kinds of sense. Anybody with a moral sense of mind would know that is something you don't do.
Exactly. And you know what? I read somewhere that they have this thing called a Sasaeng taxi, and it's like these taxis that like would drive them around. They charge like what, like $600, something like that, and they'll drive around, to wherever the Sasaeng want to go, like to follow whoever it is, they trying to follow everything. They'll do that. It's expensive.
You
And
know
these-
what? I'm
these
not even
Sasaeng
gonna
be
lie. That's kind of smart. They know they're making a lot of money with that.
Yeah. I mean, I feel it, but it's kind
It's
of weird.
wrong, but honestly,
I would
it's
do it, though.
wrong. But they trying to make money out of anything at this point.
Yeah. Isn't there
$600
one where
Who would pay
Convenient.
$600 to follow someone?
Sasaengs, Sasaengs, a lot of Sasaengs got money because they be spending a lot of stuff to get information.
I know. And they also sell stuff. Like I've seen Instagram accounts where they're selling like well, I haven't seen them, but I saw them on videos where they're selling like private videos.
Mm-hmm.
Go
For, like,
do
a certain
something. Do it. Make a hobby or something.
I know. I don't understand.
Yeah.
I remember a story of BTS. They got on a plane and like right when the plane took off, like all these fans stood up
They did.
and like went up to them. And then I remember because I watched this video, I forgot what the girl's name, but she interviewed a Sasaeng, like an ex Sasaeng. And she like didn't show her face or like her voice because like she would end up getting a lot of hate. But the Sasaeng was just talking about how it was being a Sasaeng. And like it was just a very interesting video because she would talk about her experiences and she would talk about how she would go on the plane with BTS and like they would go into the restroom and then after they come out of the restroom, like certain fans would go into the restroom they were just in and she didn't even want to know what they were doing in there.
It's so
and-
weird.
Yeah. And then she was just saying like how she became a Sasaeng. Like she was just saying that like she was like really obsessed with BTS that for some reason, I forgot what she said, but she said like it kind of turned into hate. Like she had this like hate for them and she just did all this stuff. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. It's
I was
so
like,
weird.
okay.
I can't. Yeah. And there was one where, what's his name? Tao from EXO, like the former EXO member. Like he went like into his like hotel room and he found that it was like bugged. So like whoever put in there is like listening to everything he's doing in the hotel room. Or I think they put some cameras somewhere in Suho's hotel room and stuff like that. It was weird. It is weird. They just do a lot of stuff. What was the thing you were talking about, Ari, about the cake?
Oh, yeah. So they had sent him a cake for his birthday and they had put powdered poison in it. And then they
Mm-hmm.
also sent him a box that contained bags of blood, a knife, and a photo of him, but it was stabbed.
Wait, this is who?
This is Hungjin, who used to be in Super Junior too.
Oh. Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah, it was around the same time Yoonho got like the whole orange juice thing happening to him
Oh. Oh my
when they were
God.
first getting started.
I don't understand why Sasaengs do this. Like
I don't understand where. See, I don't want to call it a talent because it shouldn't be considered talent. But at the same time, do you know how much money governments put into training people on how to do stuff like this?
Yeah. Yeah, they just know how to do it.
These girls are just like out here with this type of and to place cameras in my. And then I was like, where do you get this skill? Where did you learn how to do this?
I know. It's weird that they just
Let
know
alone
how
the
to
money, because
they just know how to do this stuff. They just know where to go. And it's like they all like are rich and stuff like that. 'Cause they spend like all this money to do all this stuff. Or like even the ones that just like make up stories so they can like ruin people's careers. They like just be knowing how to sell a whole story and people just be believing it. I'm just like half the time. That's why this is why I don't believe, us like allegations quickly, because especially in the K-pop world, because a lot of the time it ends up being baloney. Like it just ends up being a whole hoax. It ends up being some Sasang who was trying to um ruin somebody's career and it doesn't come up true. Not saying every single story is like that, but I'm saying most of the time lately that's been the result. Like, oh, this person did this and it turns out it didn't happen. Like Woojin or even Lucas thing. Like all this stuff happened, but it's like it's been proven true. But there's still people out there who just want to believe that it is true. And so they just like still, be hating and stuff. Even with Woojin. People still don't like Woojin for no reason. I'm like,
the poor man got destroyed before he got started.
I know, I still feel bad for Woojin. They literally just completely ruined this man's career before it started. So
I was reading somewhere where I guess it was like a former Sasaeng, which I don't know. Can you ever become a former Sasaeng? Can you ever calm down?
I was about to say that. I was thinking that.
Yeah, I think you can.
Sasaeng?
Like, I feel like especially when you grow up, because like the age they said, like between 13 and 22, I feel like when you grow up and you're just like, wait, what am I doing? I think it could be a former Sasaeng.
I just spent like $30,000 to hack into their computer for no reason.
I know.
Hopefully. But yeah, I guess she was saying that when she would talk to like the other Sasaengs and they would be like bent on like destroying like a member's career, she was saying that in their mind, if they destroyed their career, that would make them a normal person and that would give them a better opportunity to be with them.
Not how this works.
Because then they would just be an average person. So it's not like you're going after like so and so from this group. I'm just going after the guy who can no longer be a part of like an entertainment company, is now like working at the grocery store or on YouTube. So I have, and because it's like one of those things, they still have like an opportunity to like follow them even after the members like have lost their reputation or been kicked out or anything like that. So then they're like, okay, if I get him kicked out, then I could still follow him. And then next thing you know, accidentally run into him. And then it's just going to be two normal people talking so I could get him.
No, I feel like that's stupid because like, they'll never be an average person. Like after you become famous, I feel like, especially a K-pop star, You can never really be an average
Yeah.
person.
No.
And then even
They're
so,
always-
it's like they're gonna be looked at as, oh, that's that person who did this. You know, so they're still gonna have attention, get a bunch of attention even afterwards. They're never gonna be fully normal.
Yeah.
So, bunch of baloney.
Especially now, because I feel like before it was a lot of like, if there was an allegation that came out, it was like just the end of your career. There was no coming back. But nowadays, it's one of those things, you could come back with a different company.
Yeah.
You can start your own. You could like just go off and like, who is it? Wonho? Just go off and be your own thing. So I was like, the way that plan is crumbling in this day and age, because again, fans like us are tired of you just throwing out a member for no real reason.
No, it's
so dumb.
I'm like, why did he have to go? Even Wonho, why did he have to leave? Like, seriously? Like,
But he decided to leave. That was his choice.
I don't know.
I know.
They always say that. They always say, I really don't think he just
then
left.
we gonna get to the companies in a whole nother episode, because I feel like the companies be making these guys do these apologies,
but you know
and
what?
all of this. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm this person, so let me leave for the good of like the group.
Well, that's the thing. These companies, okay, that's a whole different conversation.
That's the same thing with Woo Jin. They said that he left for personal reasons. But
yeah,
like,
I'm like, come on. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I don't think I don't know. It was stupid because it was like for what? I think that's even they said BI from Icon. They said that he left because he wanted to. He didn't want to, tarnish the Icon. Their
iconic
name, because of his allegations. But it was like
dumb.
nobody was even worrying about it though. That's what I'm saying. Like nobody was even worrying about it. Like,
and his situation was like totally different, because his was like actually based on truth. But at the same time, I was like, he was a kid.
Yeah.
He was literally like, that's something that happened to him like 10 years ago. That was a whole decade old information. How are you going to just make him into like being the same person? Which is why I feel like you have to, if you're going to be focusing on like news reports and allegations that are happening to like your stan, you have to take them with such a grain of salt nowadays.
Yeah.
Type thing. Because people can just say anything.
They can.
And it's like, at the same time, I'm like, okay, even if it is true, what do I know about this member personally? Because you do still get to know them and their personality. So again, like the whole Lucas thing, it was like, okay, but that doesn't sound like him. That doesn't even like sound like his personality. That's not making any sense. And you could just base it off of that and then wait to see if they're true. But the way people will hear it the first time and be like, oh, how dare he? He's an awful person. Let's never, ever try and stand him. And it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Lucas, that one really irks me, because it's just like,
there are people who are trying to destroy careers, and you're just so quick.
Yeah. And I knew it. I knew it, because it was just like all of a sudden these random 3 girls is like, oh yeah, I dated Lucas, and he did this and that to me. And you know what? And I always got the vibe, even though I always thought Lucas was like the sweetest person. I always got the vibe that he was low key a player, low key. I was like,
yeah, it was a joke.
It was like, a running joke in
that like,
Citizens. I'm like, yeah, he's a player. But then it's like when it comes out that it's kind of like true. Everybody's like, oh my God, he's the worst person ever. I'm like, but it was like a running joke that he was a player. Like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, and all that other stuff, it was like, it was not a crime. I'm like, he was like, what, 19? Like, at the time, 18, 19? He was a teenager. It was stupid. I don't know. But again, Sasaengs. Because even one of the girls, I think her account ended up being like some marketing account, and she like sold it. And I was like, that just shows right there. Everything was
going
blowing.
to do all this and still make money off of it.
Exactly, they're just making money.
So with all this combined information, how do you feel about this topic, Jay?
They're all crazy.
Are those your thoughts?
It's blowing my mind, the stuff I'm hearing right now.
I know.
It's like, go do something else. Leave these people alone.
I know.
You wasn't worried about them when they weren't famous.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's true.
It's and that's what brings me to shady staff, because I know a lot of the stuff that
Some
Sasaengs
inside
are
jobs.
able to get. Because I'm like, how are they getting this information? I'm like, how are they getting this information? I was like, I just know that shady staff is just a bunch of staff members that just be selling this information. Like, how do they be getting their phone numbers? You know,
Mhm.
personal information. How do they get that? How do they know where they at the moment? Like, why do they know that they're at
Yeah.
this specific schedule right now? Like, how? Like, how are you guys knowing
I
when
think
to do
that's
or
out of everything that Sasaengs do, I feel like that is like the most fascinating to me. Like
Yeah.
at any time, at any day, you can always like sadly go on Instagram or on TikTok or something like that, find a Sasaeng account, and they will tell you in like real time where they are at right now and what they are doing and when they are next leaving the country or when they're coming back or like their exact schedule. And I was like, why do you have their schedule?
I don't know. Like, it's so weird.
Like,
Like,
just
how?
event, not just right now, like not just because you're following them around for like the day, but like you're like, oh yeah, in 3 weeks they're gonna be on such and such flight at this time, and they're going to this location, and they're gonna arrive at this time and go to this hotel. I was like, that's too much information.
Yeah.
I can see why you would have their knowledge about present day stuff, but 3 weeks down the line, that's what the manager should have. Okay. That's what their security team should have. Why?
That's what I'm saying. Certain things, it's like only the staff would have, and it's like, how are they getting it? Because you know what? Sometimes I even read that sometimes Sasaengs would like get jobs at the companies and become like staff, and they'll like do stuff like that, and they'll like
so creepy.
They'll get jobs at the company. So
and the fact that Hive had a rule that all their staff members had to be married. I think it was Hive. Was it all? I don't know. I think it was one company that all their staff members had to be married. And I was like, that's so weird. But then I was like, I kind of understand now.
Yep.
But I remember there was one story. I don't know if it's true, but it was a staff member. I think she was a makeup artist. And she ended up quitting because she I think was Jimin's makeup artist, and like she was like about to fall in love with him, but she was married and she didn't want to, so she quit. Because he's really nice and like good looking, and she was like, I don't want to do that, so she just quit.
I mean, at least she like caught herself and quit.
Yeah. I was like, I think I'm proud. Like, I'm looking proud.
Yeah,
like,
that sounds good. Great.
That's some good self-control.
Shout out to her.
That's why I was like, wow, like that must be so tough. But like that, I feel like that's why I understand why they only have people who are married.
That's crazy. Shout out to her though. I mean, you left. It just shows that you really love your husband or whoever you're married to, because she was like, oh wait a minute, I'm falling in love with this man.
I'll have to back all the way off this and quit my job.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, not a lot of people are like her.
Almost no one is like that.
Yeah. Like, oh my goodness.
If the Sasaeng was in that situation, they would think it's just their fan fiction coming true finally.
Oh my gosh. The whole YN story.
It was meant to be.
Oh, people need to relax. Okay.
It's also crazy to me why they care so much. Like I never cared about where, like I love 17. They're in LA right now, but I really don't care where they are.
Yeah. And we only know that because of course they're on tour, and plus on their Instagrams they've been posting like, hey, I'm in
Yeah.
LA. Like Jungwon was just at Six Flags.
Like I love hearing that like a band is in like LA or something like that. I was like,
Mhm.
oh, like they're so close. Like
Yeah,
that's
I
crazy.
love
But at the
it.
same time, I'm not about to get in my car and drive for who knows how many
Yeah.
hours to physically see them.
Yeah.
No.
Which, especially in Korea too, because I was like, most of it is just Seoul, and Seoul is such a city, but it's not that big a city. Like at
Yeah.
any
Yeah.
given time, are you more than like an hour or two away from them?
Mhm. Yeah, like
But
even
why do
when
you have to be right there?
even when Mark from GOT7, when he moved back to LA to his hometown, like I don't know how people found his house and like were like driving up to his house, and he had to like say something. He was like, guys, can y'all like not come to my
Not.
house? Like this is
Yeah.
like that's
I think they were
scary.
stalking his
Yeah.
family too.
Mm-hmm. Weird.
Yeah, they're, which is crazy too. I was like, why would you attack the innocent family of this member?
I know.
What did they possibly do to incite that?
Mm-mm. They didn't do anything. They was minding their business up out here in LA. They was you know, and y'all all their invading all their privacy, stalking them. Like, for what do you need to stalk the family for? Like, why?
I don't,
Either
because I was
family.
like, again, for if you are a fan, it's like you kind of see, if I stalk them, then you get to see them, and you kind of see the appeal in it. You see the craziness too, but you kind of see, okay,
Yeah, because that's
but
their
like
fave.
as soon as they start twisting it to where it's like, nah, I'm gonna stalk your mom. It's like, what
Yeah,
is
like,
that gonna
for
do?
what? What
It's
do you
so
need to
weird,
stalk
and
the
that's
mom
so
for?
scary.
It's like, or there's like their little brother, their little sister. Like I'm
That's
gonna go
so
to their like
weird.
school and watch them. It's like,
Oh
for
no.
what? Because I
That is
remember, I
so
think it
scary.
was, who was that? VI from Icon. Like he has like a really young like little sister, and they were always talking about how they had to like either move her schools or something like that, or they would have to have like security teams on her because like
No.
he would have so many Sasaengs that were like just trying to talk to her or be like, oh, or like give her
No.
stuff to give to him. And I was like, but she's like 4.
I
Like she's just
know.
a kid. Like, why are you attacking his little sister
She's
just to get
4.
to him? It's so sad.
See, I would be mad if I was BI, because it's like, okay, now you put my siblings, my family's in danger now. Because like I don't know, Sasaengs can do crazy stuff, and you're like going up to some
Sasaengs
little
have like
girl.
such a tiny, tiny thin line between love, hate, violence, and peace. Like it is so tiny. They will flip in a second
They would.
for no reason.
And that's what's scary. Because they be going to like crazy lengths, like the Taekyon when she sent him that letter with the blood of her pad. That's disgusting. Okay, and I read that, I was like, there's no entire way. No
Who
entire
has the
way. You're
time?
there's
That's
no.
so
She
gross.
sent him the pad too.
Oh,
Fine.
He sent him.
do you
Yeah.
know the
She-
process?
just to
That
prove to
probably
him.
stinks. So that probably just
I know, it probably
was the
smelled
worst smell.
so bad. Oh,
How much? Well,
that's what you're wondering.
Don't start. You about to start asking some scientific questions.
well, it's true.
Well, I was kind of wondering that too. Like, goodness, like how much is coming out
Yeah.
for you to just write a whole letter?
How much
People are heavy
life
flow.
juice do you have to spill in order to?
I mean, she maybe has a heavy flow, because I kind of do have a heavy flow.
Wow.
But like, who comes up with that? Like, who comes up with that? Who just
yeah,
does
it's
that? So
mental.
That's disgusting.
But
I
like,
can't imagine.
who is measuring it based off of how many words they could write on a page?
I know, it's
mean-
weird. Like, she's like, okay, with this much blood, I can write this message to him. And you know what? Just to prove that I did this, I'm gonna send the pad to. I just can't imagine the smell when he opened it.
Witness
Oh.
won't like it.
No, I just like, I can't. I know, like, what did you think that he was gonna find this amazing? Like, oh my god, like my fan sent me.
Well, that's not how
pad.
fans think. I've heard people like they know they're not gonna like it, but it's just about that. Oh, this person's going to remember me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know there was this one girl group where like he pulled her hair, and or like it was a he or she. He was like, well, whether it's good or bad, I just wanted her to remember my face.
No.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
I would sue for trauma.
To be honest,
see, but then you have like the Sasaeng fans who are like they should expect this kind of lifestyle because of who they are.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like
in America, we don't get that stuff.
Well, it happens, just not as much.
It just in Korea it happens a little bit more.
Yeah.
A little bit
like
more.
when they said over 500 to 1,000, I was like, that's way more than I
every
thought.
day following you. That's scary. That is really scary.
And I do like agree to a certain
and that's like that's just averaging for each member.
Yeah. So like a whole group will be like. But like I do agree that like it's they're supposed to expect it, but like it doesn't mean it should happen. Like a lot of people always tell like people who want to be K-pop stars like, are you sure? Like make sure you really think about it because like of all the stuff that happens. But like at the same time, it's like it still shouldn't happen.
It shouldn't. Like, why would you want to be the one who makes him feel uncomfortable like that? Like, I don't know. I can't fathom. I really wish I could talk to like an ex-Sasaeng just to get the mindset. Actually, no, I wouldn't want to. I'll just watch one like you did, but an interview or something.
I wouldn't even know what to ask.
Because I feel like I would low-key be judging though. Like my frustrations would come out. And I'll say something like disrespectful or something. I don't know. But
because I'm sure in their head it makes perfect sense, but as soon as they start saying it, I'm gonna be like, that's the stupidest line of logic I've ever heard.
Why were you like this? That's stupid. You're
it's
crazy.
Just like, oh, because they're so famous, I need to do something so that he's always gonna remember me. I was like, so you're gonna traumatize him emotionally for the rest of his life so that he knows your name?
I know. It's like it's there's no benefit to it really. Like, yeah, he knows your name, but not in a good way. He doesn't want to be anywhere by you. He doesn't want to get to know you really now because you did some crazy psychotic stuff like that. Like, there's no benefit to it.
But also, why would you go and be a fan and just automatically think I want to be with this person? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
I know, it's like
I get it. Like, yeah, I understand. It's like, I mean, you can think about it, but like, be like, I'm determined to be with this person. It's weird.
That's why I get annoyed when when fans get like mad or super angry when they find out that their fave is dating or just got married or something. Like, I understand it kind of stings a little bit. You're like, oh no, not him dating, no. But then like, mature fans, it'll be like, all right, I'm glad he's, got a life, and you get over real quick. I mean, realistically, you're gonna feel like something. You're like, oh man, like they're dating now. Oh, my heart. But then like it'll go away real quick. They're just like, okay, yeah, they're dating, cool. But a lot of people just be getting so angry at the person. Like the Chen, when Chen came out, I was like, I was married and I'm having a child. And those people who was like protesting in front of SM, talking about, wanting him to get kicked out the group because he's married. Kind of jive. Exactly, Jay. That's what I'm saying.
You want him to be married to you, so it doesn't make sense.
Exactly. I don't understand.
It's making me very upset.
Exactly.
No, the JISUNG lingerie thing, bro. I can't even watch the video.
Me either. I couldn't watch the video. He looked so uncomfortable. No. He was like, "What is going on?" Just like, not JISUNG. He looks so uncomfortable. Like, why would you do that? Like, he's not looking at you that way.
Literally, everyone was like ready to fight. Everyone was so ready to fight. And I think the girl posted it too, thinking that it was cool and funny. Everybody was like, "What the heck is this?"
Like, what was she
If
thought?
you're a true fan, I don't know why you would want to do something that would literally like hurt or make them uncomfortable or embarrass them in front of others.
That's so embarrassing. Like, why would you even want to do that? Like, what you thought he was going to say? Like, what did you think he was going to say?
No, it was so awkward to have to sit there, and then it's like you put yourself in his shoes, and it's like, oh my god, if someone was trying to do this to me, I'd die. I have no game plan for that type of madness.
I wouldn't even know what to say, to be honest. I'd be like, what are you doing? I wouldn't know what to say. He obviously didn't know what to say either. He was so uncomfortable. I felt so bad.
But at the same time, even like the smaller things, like just them getting like your phone number and stuff. It's like, if they answer, what do you think you're just gonna have a normal everyday conversation? How was work, sweetie?
That's why I felt so bad for Jeno, because I'm like, on, when he was on doing a V Live, and he was just, his phone kept blowing up, and that happens a lot to NCT. That's why I feel like they staff be leaking their phone numbers and selling them off, because it's like really crazy how many of the members this happens to. Like Mark, happened to him a couple times. It happened to Jeno. It was like a couple members. Taeyong, it happened a couple times. And it's like they just keep blowing up their phone, and they like are embarrassed because they're live talking to their fans. And it's like their phone keeps blowing up, and they know exactly what it is, but they want to try to hide it because they don't want like, other fans to worry about it. But it's just very awkward. And they just keep blowing up their phone. It's like, for what? You're not gonna have a regular conversation with this man. Oh man, I don't know.
Yeah,
the word of today is delusional.
But yeah, even like Alyssa was saying, it's like I could see they're so delusional.
Super delusional. They really think that they just gonna find what they do so nice and sweet, and they're not thinking. Their brains is not theirs, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But my thing is like, why can't we just have all this energy and be more productive?
I don't know.
You wanna think about them that way? Write a book about it. You know how many fanfics there are out in the world?
That's what I've been saying.
That's what I'm saying. Write a fanfic. Fanfics be going that way.
That's why fanfictions are a thing. So like it's to go into another fantasy world.
You like your innermost
whatever
fantasies and everything. You just write it down into a story.
I'm like, if you wanna date these people, write a fanfiction. Don't go out and just
put you as the main character.
Stuff.
Like, why can't you just do that? Because a lot of fanfictions be like,
between that or even like, what is it? Like, they're starting to do like a lot more webtoons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just have an outlet for all that.
Yeah, they should just do something like that instead of following them. It's weird. They just don't think they don't think it is. They don't think that they're doing anything wrong, which is crazier. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then the shady staff get on my nerves because they just helping them. I'm just like, why? You're supposed to be like,
but it's like you said, Sasaengs got some money. They probably all getting bribes left and right.
Be like,
I'm gonna give you like $1,000 to drop his number.
It's so sad. That's what's annoying, because
will
Sasaengs be rich. They be having so much money, and they got like the ends.
Which will confuse me till the day I die. How do you have 24 hours a day of time to follow them around, but still have thousands of dollars to dedicate to following them around?
Literally.
Where are we getting this money? You have money for plane tickets to go anywhere in the world they are at any time, but you cannot possibly have a job because you're following them 24 hours a day. Bank account that like I need to know about, because I wouldn't support it, but like I would love to have some of that. Maybe see a concert or two.
Me too.
I think their parents are rich and their parents don't care.
I guess so. There has to be something. Yeah, how many are there? Because it's like a lot of them there's a lot of Sasaengs. And there's like, you can't tell me all of them just rolling in the dough. You know? Like, how?
I don't know. That's too much stress on my brain.
Like, how are they getting all this money? And then it's like, I mean, they also do be like selling stuff too. So maybe that's why. So I don't know.
I don't know either.
We know you don't know, Jane.
Wow. See how she treats me, y'all?
Anyways.
Yeah,
I'm trying to live my life.
This is the dark side of K-pop, okay? One of the dark sides of K-pop. You know?
I think I remember there was a time that there was these Sasaengs that were following 17, and I forgot, they said that they wanted to see them drunk, and Hoshi was like basically telling them to like leave them alone. But I'm like, if you want to see 17 drunk, 17 has been drunk on Going 17 so many times. Literally just go watch Going 17.
They have.
But I'm like, why do you care so much to see them drunk? Like, what is that gonna do for your life?
For real.
I don't understand. Why is it so important for you to see them in a drunk state?
I don't know. Yeah, that's weird. Just watch their TT.
Yeah, their TTTs.
They're always drunk.
They're definitely not sober on those things.
Like literally by like the end of the episode, they're all just like drunk and just doing whatever. Just watch that. There's like so much content that there to choose from groups, like that can occupy your time. Like, why do you have to like literally stalk them? Like, I don't understand. What were you saying, Ari? For you, Rose? Oh, I think she froze again.
I do not even remember.
Oh yeah. I think you were talking about the like how they got so much money. Sasaengs. I think that's what you were saying.
I was just saying I don't get it.
I don't. Yeah.
Like, the way I felt simple fan.
Mm-hmm.
All I want is a plane ticket to Korea and like a good soul concert.
Me too. I'm gonna go. I still want to go to Korea. Plan a trip next year. Woo! Korea 2023.
Lord.
But yeah, I don't. Yeah, all of them get my nerves. Okay, Sasaengs and Shady Staff, because they just go hand in hand. They all just help each other, and it's just, I hate it.
This better not happen to me when I become a K-pop star.
Jay,
I'm just playing.
You are not becoming a K-pop star.
Anyway.
Yeah, she talking about becoming a K-pop star, but not singing Korean. How does that work? You're just gonna be a pop star.
It does to me. If it makes sense to y'all,
it doesn't. You're just a pop star. You're not gonna be a K-pop star if you're not singing in Korean.
Write it down in the comments. Or
wasn't
DM
there like a random group from like Britain that was trying to do that?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, it was that one group that everybody didn't like. It was like a bunch of like people from Britain,
Was it
and
like
they,
no, something
I don't know, I forgot the name.
Kachi
Something like that, I think.
or something like that?
They tried to do that. Did they sing Korean
Like
though?
that, yeah. But they were just all from like, it was either Britain or I. No, they because they didn't. None of them spoke Korean, but they were like, we're gonna become a K-pop group, and it's like, how?
How exactly? You hear that, Jay? How?
No.
You can't do it.
Like
Wow.
there is a black K-pop star, and like there's now gonna be an Indian one, and there's like
No, like,
but like
if they're in groups that sing Korean songs, that's the
I
thing.
know, but like Jay, there's way more to being a K-pop star than
Yeah, there's way more. You would not want to be in that industry, okay?
I know.
Just no.
You ready for someone to send you a letter with certain type of blood?
Yeah, you ready for that, Jay? You ready
I'll
to
give them
wake
one
up
back.
with you ready to wake up with people
just
staring at you
giggling.
sleeping?
I'll keep my I like just to be peaceful.
What?
What?
What did you just say?
What do you mean? Like you
I'm-
just want like a calm life? Don't be in this industry.
I have no idea what that sentence was. Like, I feel like you were about to say something and then you just ended it with
I was, but I don't think I could say it.
okay.
Oh well, I'll bleep it out.
Okay.
I was gonna keep my peace under my pillow.
Oh.
Anyways.
Oh my god.
I
I mean, I don't really think you could cut that out. I don't know, but that's
Peacefully.
peacefully.
That's not how it works.
Yeah, and
But-
now
But that's a sad thing though, because like these K-pop members can't. They're so peaceful.
yeah, they can't do it.
They're
Yeah.
so nice to them, and they try to appease them despite just how unhealthy the actions are, and it gets them nowhere.
Yeah,
They
'cause they
still
still have
gonna
to be
get all of
nice.
these issues.
They still have to be nice, and it's annoying.
Because sadly, Sasaengs pay the bills for K-pop industry.
They do. Sadly, they do because they got all the money.
But can you imagine these fan calls? Like how many Sasaengs and crazy people have went on there?
I
I can't even
know.
imagine.
There was one where with Jungwon from NCT, like there was a Sasaeng fan who kept showing up, and he was like, and there's I think when you are feeling uncomfortable or like you like want someone to get off somebody, you have to like wave this like yellow flag or something like that. Because you like wave this yellow flag and I think they made her get off or something, or like banned her or something. I don't know. But she kept showing up and he kept getting uncomfortable. So we like waved this like yellow flag or something. But
Who does that
Yeah.
really stop?
nothing really. Unfortunately, it doesn't really do anything. Because I actually forgot what the outcome was to that. I know he just waved the yellow flag, but I forgot what that yellow flag really meant. But yeah, I just remember a Sasaeng fan kept showing up on his video call. But it's a lot. It's a lot.
And there's so many of them. Like you would think, I feel like in other countries, everyone is gonna have like those obsessive fans, but at the same time, I feel like it's just a handful. Whereas with the K-pop industry, it's like the majority. Like we are
Yeah.
outnumbered by Sasaengs 10-1
Yes.
at any
And that's
given
what's-
time.
That's what's annoying because like all these like crazy obsessive fans, it's like that's what people see more so in K-pop. So like when you say that you're a K-pop fan, people automatically think you're some crazy obsessive fan or
Yeah.
something, and it's
Mhm.
annoying because it's like no,
You literally the conversation after that has to be how you're not them.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
It can't just be like, oh, I'm a K-pop fan, and people are like, oh, really? Like, why'd you get into them? Like, that's so interesting. Like, who's your favorite? It's always like, oh, are you one of those K-pop
like
fans?
you're obsessive. You're too obsessed, especially if you like a certain group or something, and you like talk about them. It's like they take that as, oh, she's obsessed.
Yeah.
Which is so sad for, I feel like, the K-pop community itself too, because I will go out and I'll see someone wearing like a backpack of like a certain group that I like, and I feel like any other industry or any other type country, I could just go up and be like, oh my god, like I love them too, like I love your bag. But when it comes to the K-pop ones, you want to be like, you gotta be cautious, because I was like, if I say one thing and they the wrong type of fan, I'm not getting out of here.
And then even like, I'd be like cautious when I like meet like a Korean person or something, or like I have a Korean friend, and then like, because there's so many like obsessive fans like that, it's like I'd be like kind of hesitating to say like, oh yeah, I like K-pop, because I don't want to like come off. I feel like they're gonna look at me and it's like, oh, she's some KOREABOO or something.
Yes.
Like.
Not only do we have to deal with Sasaengs, but then you have to be accused of being a KOREABOO because you're a foreigner, which is a whole different topic to try. Oh, do you not know what a KOREABOO is, Jay?
I don't know anything besides being Chan.
Jay, get your life together.
Besides being Chan, oh my god. Okay, let me look up KOREABOO.
I don't even know where to begin on how to describe.
Don't you know Ollie London, Jay?
The name sounds familiar.
Okay, so he's kind of like a KOREABOO.
Kind of.
Sorry. He is. I'm sorry. He is definitely a KOREABOO. So if you look him up, you'll see he's like this Caucasian guy who got a bunch of surgery to look like Jimin.
Yeah, I remember that.
He looks nothing like him though.
And he does not look anything like him. But that's like an example of KOREABOO. Like, it's a non-Korean person who is obsessed with Korean culture. That's what it is. So you'll see like people who like, I don't know, do stuff to their face to make them look Korean, or they like Ollie London will identify himself as a Korean person. Like, he does that.
Yeah.
You know,
or you'll have the ones, well, they'll forcibly try to immerse themselves in Korean culture, specifically to gain a boo type thing. Like, there are so many who just literally go out of their way to learn Korean just so that they could like marry or date a Korean person just because they like how they look type thing.
That's why I'd be so like hesitant, because I'm like, I'm also learning Korean, so I was like, I don't want to be like,
you got the double whammy going against
I know. I was like, people, I'm like, I like K-pop and I'm learning the language, and it's like, if I say that, I feel like I'm gonna come off as like a KOREABOO, especially to Koreans, and I'm just like, no, I just genuinely like the language. And I want to learn
honestly, on TikTok, it's been like not a debate, but it's like between like K-pop fans, people who are learning Korean, and like actual like Korean people, because you have these like, I don't know, I seen this thing where it was this guy who was like being interviewed on the street, and it was like this Korean guy. Oh no, I don't know if he was Korean. He may have just been like, I don't know if he was Korean, but I think he was. And he was just like talking about like, he's always cautious because like, he's like, well, do you like me or do you just like Jimin? And the comments was like, I like both. Like, so everyone was like, I mean, I understand that like they have to be cautious, but at the same time, sometimes you guys automatically think, oh, well, she likes K-pop or he's learning Korean, so she must be KOREABOO. And that's why a lot of us tend to not say that we like K-pop. Or
we can be open about it.
Yeah. And then and all Koreans are like, we don't think that. Like, if you like be open about it, and we're just like, no.
See, but the saddest thing is, it's not just we can't be open about it, and it's not just because we are suspicious ourselves. It's because there are still actual people in all of those categories who are like that. They really do exist, and they're more common than we are. So it's like one of those things of like we're being profiled as those people because there are those people. It's not, we're not just being self-conscious about it. Like, oh, she could say she likes K-pop, she's just being extra. It's like, no, I am like this because there are people who are just
are like this
one way or the other, and there's no in between. I am an in between, but like it takes me so long to try and explain that.
Yeah, exactly.
So I might as well just not even try and have the conversation.
Yeah.
And that's so also the same way with Sasaengs, though. It's the same way with Sasaengs because they're like that. We can't just see a K-pop star on the street and go up to them and say hi. Like, it's just, we can't do that. It's like,
I wouldn't even want
immediately their manager steps in. It's like, well, you can't talk to them. Like, if you look at it, there are very rare pictures of K-pop stars taking pictures with fans. Whereas out here, you can easily take a picture with the celebrity if you ask. But like with K-pop stars, I would never go up to them and say, "Can I take a picture with you?"
But like, do you know these like sea of people you have to get through to go up to them?
Even go up to
like
them,
at the airport, like have you heard the stories of like people literally being physically crushed or pushed, or it's so violent.
But you know what?
And literally, it's just to see them. It's not even to be near them. It's just to physically see them.
The thing is, like, that's like out here, when they come out here, they rarely kind of have crowds around them because, like, for example, 17, everyone has literally been spotting 17 everywhere in America and Canada. Like, they would see them at some type of restaurant. I saw something where they gave like them an autograph, and they're just spotting them everywhere. Like, they're everywhere, so you could easily go up to them. But I would just be so scared. Like, I was just like,
yes, because that's the thing. I mean, because you can get a little bit of leeway when they're in America, because us, we're like here, we would just, if we go up to them, it would just be more like a hi, like, you know, you're my favorite group and everything. Can I get an autograph type thing, or maybe even a picture? But it's
so
not
much
like
more of a laid back vibe than in Korea itself.
In Korea, it'd be more so like they're in your face and wanting, like, shoving their, you know, camera all up in their, you know, face, doing a little bit more extras a little bit.
I'll be too scared. I wouldn't even go up to them. If I literally saw them, I would go home.
That's another thing, actually, when they go to, like, when they're going somewhere or when they're coming back and they're like bombarded by fans at the airport and they can't even walk. Like, they can't even just walk to their cars. They're like,
so
and then
I would
like
never go to an airport.
It annoys me because like a lot of these groups don't have a lot of security. And I'm like, so a lot of them just be, you know, getting ambushed by like all these fans. And it's like, where's the security at? Where's the bodyguard?
Which is so sad because it's one of those things, like, that's one of the reasons why if you ever do see them like in airport photos, they're so covered from like head to toe, trying to hide themselves just so that they could walk somewhere.
Exactly. And they'd be having earphones on. I've been noticing that, so they can block out the noise.
Screams.
Yeah, they'd be having earphones on.
Absolutely.
That kind of life would drive me crazy.
Me too. Oh my gosh. It's
no.
They be doing too much.
I don't understand people can be. I feel like I'm like, are we still in the pandemic? Like, we're still in the pandemic. Why are people still at the airport? And even if we weren't, it's like, I just, to get up, get dressed, and drive all the way to an airport that's already packed, who would want to do that?
I wouldn't do it. Half the time, I don't even be knowing when they be coming out here. I'm like,
am I just slow, or I feel like I always get lost in airports when I'm supposed to be there. And you want me to go there to find someone else that I don't actually, I've never seen in person before, who's probably masked and covered up. How am I supposed to find these people?
Exactly. It's so like it's so like unnecessary. It's like, why?
Like, who cares? Like, who cares about them getting off the plane? Who cares though? Why is it such a big deal to be there? I don't understand.
You know, I feel like it's better when it's just, it happens naturally. Like you're just minding your business and you just happen to be at the airport because you're about to go somewhere, or you're waiting for a plane, or you just arrived from somewhere also. Or you're walking down the street about to get you some food or something and you just like happen to see them, you know. I feel like that's better, you know, instead of trying to find where they at.
I feel like that's so much better, but it's still, I feel like it's so much scary. I would really scare me because I'm like, I don't want them to think
me
that
personally, I wouldn't
them.
want to. That's just me, because I'm like, I would be kind of like too scared to say anything anyways.
I would ignore them and act like I don't know them.
But I feel like, see, I would want to do that, but knowing me, I would probably like make it known that I know who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
it does depend on.
If I was with somebody, I'd be like, oh, like, hey, like,
yeah. If I was myself, I probably
would try and play it off.
But knowing me, I couldn't hide it though.
Avoid them.
I couldn't hide it though. I feel like I would. You could tell on my face that I know who you are. You know, because I
but that's only if like we've made eye contact. If I see you far, I'm going the other way.
No, I know. No, actually, no. I would still walk over there. I was just.
Are you trying to get a wave in, or trying to get like eye contact?
No. See, I feel like I would try to do that, but then like I wouldn't fully commit, because then like halfway like walking over there, I would be too scared to even.
It would run away.
I would feel like I'd be so awkward.
Especially like seeing them that close, I would be like, wait, because like I know they're real, but like now I really know they're real.
Yeah, because you only see them on the TV. Like, now they're like in the flesh, right in front of you.
Because I remember like when I first got into K-pop, it was Monster X was like the first time I was like just watching the news with my parents, and they were like on the news talking, and I was so uncomfortable and freaked out. I was like, we gotta change the channel. I don't want to see this. Why are they here like in LA talking English on my news channel? I'm uncomfortable. So to see them in person, I feel like that's gonna be like my feeling, but 10 times worse.
I could.
Plus, also like they're so good looking.
All of my other friends, I don't speak Korean, and I have actively kept myself from learning that language. So I'm not gonna have anything to say, and it's one I don't want to be that person, but I hate when they talk in English. It just annoys my ears so much because it's so unnatural.
That's the point. They don't understand.
Some of them can do like, I was like, some of them can do like English. I feel like that's the reason I like K-pop and I like K-dramas and stuff like that. I literally like just hearing Korean words and like the language.
Yeah, it's very soothing.
Am I gonna make myself understand it? No, but I don't know. My ears really like the way that they sound and enunciate certain things. So when they switch it to English, I feel like, okay, yes, now I understand what you're saying, but not the way I want to understand you. And no matter how good they are at it, it's never gonna truly feel natural. And I feel like I'm more pushing them to feel like they have to speak English at the same time. Like they're trying to, like, especially because not a lot of K stars like know English enough to have like a normal conversation type thing. So I was like, I don't want to feel like I'm trying to force them, because that'd be like them trying to make me speak Korean. And it's like, I suck at Korean. Like, I'm gonna butcher your language. I don't want to have like that. Yeah, I was like, I don't want to have that interaction of like, you have to speak my language to understand me type thing. And then they try, and then it's just not right, or they say the wrong thing. And then it gets awkward. Yeah, and then
that's why I hope I
have the issue of some of the lyrics don't be matching in English. So I was like, I really know you don't know how to be talking.
That's why I hope I run into, like, if I do run into one, I hope it's the foreign ones, the American ones, or the foreign ones that speak English.
But they're so few and far in between, and it depends on like which group. Because if you have some of the ones from like the older like K-pop groups, like they've been in Korea so long, they English start slipping.
That's true. That's true.
I was like,
I just hope. That's why it's like, anybody, I would just do a wave, call it a day. Because I
could get away with a wave.
I wouldn't want.
Yeah.
Because what I'm going to say?
That's the most I would do.
What conversation would we have?
That's why like, I would do a wave, but if they start coming up to me, I'd be like, wait, just stay over there.
Just do a Korean heart so they
Stop.
know that you know.
No.
No.
Because
I'd just wave.
That's the KOREABOO stuff. I feel like I want to
Yeah.
KOREABOO. Like, why are you doing a finger heart?
Like instantly when Jay said that, all I could see was somebody like trying to like whip it and then do it. Like they're trying to flirt automatically. It's like it gets twisted.
No,
too
they're
much.
like a wave and then they're like this.
No, I don't want to do that. See, that's
I'm just waving and leaving. Even that video.
Unless they do it to me first, then I'll do that.
Yeah.
But if I'm doing it,
it depends on which member though, because some of the members, if they pull that, I'm gonna be like, nah, put that away. Put that away.
Yeah,
Calm down.
I just wouldn't do it.
But
If I do a heart, I'll
of,
just do like something like this or something like that with the both hands. But the finger heart, I'm just like, I feel like
I like that.
Yeah, right. It's
I think
better.
that's the best plan. I would do like a nice wave and like a heart. Okay,
yeah, do something like this.
Yeah, we had to really talk for like 30 minutes to come up with a plan on how to introduce ourselves to a K-pop star.
I'm literally just gonna wave and that's it.
Because you have to be prepared. And it's like,
nah. I've literally been like, whenever like they come out here, I'm like, I'm just gonna stay home. I'm not even gonna leave my house. I would see videos of them at Walgreens.
The situation at all costs.
Like the video, like Snapshoot by 17 and S was at Walgreens. I'm like, Walgreens is too close to like where I'd be going. I was like, there's no way you're at Walgreens.
I feel like Walgreens is one of the few places where I've never tried to be actually dressed.
Yeah.
I get real comfortable at a Walgreens.
See, that's my biggest fear. That's my biggest fear. That I'm going to like, a local convenience store like CVS or Walgreens
right
or
after
something.
You,
and
like,
I don't
took your braids out or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I got like I decided to keep my scarf or bonnet on because I was like, real quick, and I got like sweats, and then they just walk in. Like, ooh, this is one of my biggest.
I'll actually get kind of mad because even when the video with Johnny and Doyoung and Mark when they went to Target, I was like, imagine that was my Target and I was just there. I wanted to go get an album or just something, and I would get mad. Like, why out of all the Target, she decides to go to the one that I go to? It makes no sense. And Walgreens would really make me mad even more because I'm like, why are you at Walgreens? This is like a common person store. Yeah, this is my Walgreens.
I totally get that because there was one year where I felt like everyone was coming to America, and I was like, why are y'all here? Y'all are K-pop stars. I expect y'all to be in Korea 1,000 miles away from me.
Understand. It was like
I expect them to be out here, but like go to the bougie areas.
Even now, like a lot of people are out here because everybody's going on tour.
Yeah.
So it's like literally like pretty much all
these
right past couple months, like
and K-Con.
Yeah, like a group has been out here, and I'm just like, why are y'all here?
Would you guys ever go to a K-Con?
Yeah,
I wanted to go this year, but all my friends went to the Stray Kids concert.
But that's what I'm saying. When they start getting to like the hood parts of LA, I'm like, why?
No, for real. I saw when a tease was out
that
here.
Where the SM Town entertainment thing
is?
Yeah.
Well, it's in Koreatown, so I mean, I guess
but it's like the ghetto part of Koreatown. It's like in the ghetto part. I'm like, why is it here? Like,
you know what? Koreatown in general is in the ghetto part. Like,
exactly.
All of Koreatown is ghetto. It's really ghetto. I was like,
because like literally right across the street, right before we turned into it, we almost got like attacked by a bomb. Like literally.
Yeah, that was in Koreatown.
We did like on the corner.
In my family, they're like, if we are going to like Koreatown for you, we gonna be there max like 2 hours, and we gonna go to like 3 places and then get out. Like we don't go and stay because it's just not a very.
So last time we went, we just drove around, and I think the last time I went was when around the time they first put the SM building there or whatever. Or what was supposed to be, because really the last time I saw it, it was really anything. Because we were trying to find it. I put in like
poster Super M.
I put
right
in like,
in front of it.
I was like, where is it? I was like, where is it? And then I just happened to turn,
which is
and it was this huge like
SM Town like building in Seoul, Korea. I was like, I feel like you cannot miss that thing.
Yeah,
it is so huge,
like right
and it's sparkling, and it's actually like a really nice looking building. And their thing is like, we gonna buy this random abandoned building in
Yeah.
Chinatown.
It really was.
and
It
put a
wasn't even
secret
done.
It's so small. There's graffiti all over it. I'm like,
Yeah,
why
it was
is
really
this-
bad. And then it's
why
just
is it
the only thing that like that shows it's like the SM building is this really huge poster of Super M on it. I was like, that's it? And it's like this brick
where
building.
have they been?
I know,
Yeah.
exactly.
Been gone
Because
for a
everybody's
while.
gone. Taemin's still in the military. Bake is still in the military. Lucas is nowhere, you know?
MIA. He's MIA.
Lucas
MIA
is just
for no
nobody knows who
reason.
he is. And then who else? Yeah, that's pretty
Kai
much
should
it.
be
It's
going to the
like,
military soon too.
Yeah,
Oh,
who?
Kai.
I know, but they said
I think
that
it's
last
like right
time.
when Taemin gets back, I think Kai's going out. So it should
they
be.
said
It
that-
might be sometime this year.
They literally said this last year when he first came out with his first album. They're like, oh, right after this album, he's supposed to be going to the military. And he's still going, like,
They're never
still here.
correct. They're saying the same thing about 17. They're like, this is their last comeback and their last tour because S Group's going to the military. I was like, I don't think so. S
Really?
Group is like what, 26? He has enough time. He's
I
not
know,
going
I
to
feel
the
like right
military.
now. I mean, I guess get out the way, but I don't know.
No.
They should just wait a minute.
People
I think.
say that all the time. I literally see so many people talk about the military and they're always years
But
far.
Yeah. I didn't know Coop was going. Aw, I completely forgot that. And he still gotta go to the military. Oh man. That sucks.
yeah, so it's saying that Kai is supposed to be enlisting by anywhere between January and April of next year.
Oh,
Yeah.
So it's like real soon.
I feel like groups should just go all together, to be honest.
Oh, it's supposed to be Kai and Sehyeon.
No!
Both of them are supposed to be leaving because they're
No.
the younger ones.
No. I don't
It's
want
funny though,
Sehyeon to
because
go.
when I
Both of them
first-
are gonna be gone.
It's funny because when I first got into K-pop,
Celebrating
I
their
used to, like,
29th
dread the
birthday. Are
military.
they that old?
They're 29.
Yeah, they
I
are.
have
They're
to check.
wait, 29.
Oh, yeah.
They're not 29.
They have to be like
No, for their
27.
29th birthday, they're gonna be going. So next year they're gonna hit 29. Because
28.
Kai was
Wait,
born
so literally everybody's in their
January
30s?
Yeah, so Kai was born January 14th, 1994.
Or yeah. Oh
What the
yeah,
heck?
yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
then Sehyeon was in April. So that's when he's leaving. So yeah, next year they're both hitting 29. Oh my gosh. Well, they don't look it.
They don't.
They don't look it.
But when I
wanna
first when I first got into K-pop, I used to dread the mention, like anyone talking about the military. Like it used to break my heart, and now I'm just like, just hurry up and go, and hurry up and come
Yeah,
back.
So
sometimes I
you
like
come
that.
back.
Sometimes I like that, but then I be like that, and then once they're there, it seems like it takes forever for them. I'm like, they should be back right now. Like,
Mhm.
it seems so long already.
Because it's like one of those weird things, like we were talking about before this, of how depending on which like form of military service they choose, like will determine certain dates. Because some members,
Yeah.
I feel like you just left and you back already, whereas others,
Yeah.
it's more like I feel like it's been 3 years. Like when are
I
you
know,
getting
and
back
I don't
here?
Yeah,
like it.
what's his name? Why did I forget his name?
Like what is his name?
From what group?
No. Wait. From Day 6,
Sungjin.
Sungjin.
Yeah,
Oh, that's not
I was
wrong.
literally about to bring him up. He's been
that's
gone
not wrong.
forever. Like
Yeah, he left
literally,
like 2 years ago.
I feel like
it's
it was
been, like-
2 years ago.
Yeah.
It has to be because
The fact
He
that I
left a
forgot
long
his
time
name.
ago.
Why did I forget his
I know.
name?
Wow, big fan.
I know, right?
No, I haven't like kept up with Day 6 because I literally
Sungjin.
haven't really been doing anything.
They
And he's
haven't.
been gone. He hasn't posted anything.
Where's Day 6 at?
Because he's been gone.
Like
for
ever since Jay
so
left, they haven't done
long.
anything.
Like I think I really don't know.
I don't know. Can you look up? Wait, we'll look up when Sungjin's supposed to be back because
Okay,
what?
So he's supposed to be coming back in September.
Sungjin?
September 7th. He's supposed to be, yeah.
But when did
But
he
he's
leave? He left a
literally-
long time
But
ago.
when did he leave?
He's
Because
literally been gone since March 8th, 2021.
really?
Really? No, it felt like way longer than that.
No, it felt way longer than that. I thought he left like literally. It feels like he left in like 2020 or something.
That would be like close to 3 years though.
Exactly.
Because not this March, but the March before he's been gone. And he's still not going to be back until like a month.
I know. That's so weird. He's been gone forever, literally.
It's been
Wait,
like
is
a
Young K
year
back?
and no.
Is Young K back? Because I feel like he just released a cover that I meant to see.
No, he's not.
Jay.
Anyway,
Young K, is he back though? Because
Jay, you not?
let's see.
Do you know that?
Last
See.
October.
He's not going to be back till next year in April.
Oh, he's not. He didn't. Okay. Oh,
And he's
man.
been gone.
And don't just.
since
Oh, that's
last
right.
October.
That's why they haven't did anything, because half of them are still in the military, and Don't just went to the military. I feel like Wonko's just might as well go. I don't understand why he's staying here. 'Cause
Why they
literally,
don't all just send the members all at the same time, so they're
They
on
should've just did that.
hiatus for 2 years consecutively, and then everyone's back.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was saying earlier. Like, I feel like they should just have groups go together so they can just all come back together and they can just go back to whatever, and we don't have to keep missing
Yeah.
members.
Because
'Cause, like-
the excuse they always throw is like it's an age thing, but at the same time, I feel like depending on the group, some be going early, some be going super late.
Yeah.
You can just pick when you
Yeah.
want them to go, and then
wait,
their
what
thing
is like the
well, if
age
one
for a
goes-
common person though?
It's like late 20s, no?
Yeah, late 20s. But I'm pretty sure you can go as early as like what is it when you graduate high school? Or, like,
Yeah, 'cause
turn
it's like-
18?
That's what I'm saying.
like when you
I
turn
think
18, you can go.
when people like for people like common people, like they usually go around 18.
That's what I was
like-
thinking.
So I'm like, why not have them go to the military before they even debut? And then they're older. Because a lot of people want older groups now. So it would make more sense.
I know,
for them
I
to
do.
go 18.
Me too. A lot of the groups that are coming out now are super young.
Yeah,
It would make
you be
sense for them
listening to the
to-
wrong
Yeah.
song, find out they 14 up in here rapping
Yeah,
with a voice like
I
Felix.
can't.
It would make sense for them to go military at
Felix.
18 and then like not have to worry about it anymore.
Yeah,
See, while that is a good plan, then it throws off like the whole K-pop structure, because when are you gonna finally come up with their like time to retire and leave? Because I feel like the military is like a good basis for that type thing of like, okay, they're like in their late 20s, they're hitting their 30s, they go to the military, they come back, maybe a comeback or two, and then they like ease into like retirement.
Yeah.
So if we get rid of that, I feel like these Sasaengs are gonna keep them around even worse.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I think the military doesn't. I think that they can just retire. Like it doesn't really matter. They don't have to worry about anything. But one thing that
That's
really
our
annoys me.
American married to the music mindset. They live in Korea
Yeah.
with some crazy people.
I know, but like what annoys me is like I would like a group and then like they're like in their mid-20s and people are now starting to think about the military and I'm like, ugh, why? Now it's just
Mhm.
gonna throw off everything because
Mhm.
especially like a group like 17, they're not gonna all go all together. So they're gradually each member is just leaving and coming back, leaving and coming back. And so
You know
now
who
it's gonna
I'm
be
scared
years.
for? I'm
What?
scared for NCT. When their
I
time starts
know.
hitting,
No,
I'm like,
don't
I'm
say
gonna
that.
really be in my 50s when the last member is coming
Yeah.
back.
Well,
And not
I
even that,
never,
because
I was
there's never gonna
thinking
be a
about
last
NCT.
member.
I was
There's
thinking-
never gonna be a last member
True.
because they're always
Oh,
adding
yeah,
members.
right.
All of their, because of all the subunits, it's like all of their ages are all over the place.
yeah.
So that's just, I don't know what they gonna
I
do.
didn't even think
I
about
would-
NCT. They didn't even cross my mind. Oh
And
my
Taeyo's like
God.
very
There's-
close, I think, to going. So.
I mean, at least we have Wavy
Do
because
we?
they don't have to.
Do we? Because where they been?
Well,
know.
that's true. But like, I'm pretty sure we'll get stuff by the time people start having to go to the military. But at
Mhm.
least we have Wavy, and then there's some members who don't have to go. since they're foreigners. So,
but like the ratio of 30
but yeah,
to what,
I mean,
like
most
5
of them,
members or
I know
staying?
most of them.
NCT is gonna be a
Yeah.
But
whole
what is it with
asshole.
this like NCT Hollywood thing though? Because then if they have that, then there's gonna be like a whole like
No, that's just. I already told you that's just one member. It's supposed
oh,
to be like a
it's like
competition
a survival show.
from. Yeah, and they're gonna. One person's supposed to win, and one's NCT. It's not a whole unit.
Oh, right. When is that coming out?
I don't know. I don't even care at this point. Like I've just stopped caring about it.
I'm like kind of curious though.
They don't even care about it. They think it's dumb. You can tell they're just like, what even?
I know I saw a meme of like Mark's face when they like was hearing like when they were explaining NCT Hollywood. He was looking like so like confused. I don't
So
know.
wait, what is it? It's supposed to be like a new sub unit.
No, it's supposed to be like a competition, and whoever wins is
Oh.
going to be the new member of NCT. And I don't know. I don't even know when that's going to happen.
Don't they already have that? Isn't that just what, an audition, the SM Town audition in LA?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I get, yeah, I guess. But I guess I don't know if I guess they want somebody from America specifically, so they're doing
Yeah,
a whole.
But SM has auditions all over like every
But you know
company
what?
normally has auditions all over the place.
But with that,
I
it's
remember
like
the first time
they
I
find
went
people,
to,
but then they have to they have to train them, for a while until they get in the thing. But with this, it's like it's a whole competition, which they're going to be kind of training through the whole time. And then once they win, it's like, okay, now you can go straight into the group, Because with like when they find somebody or they do like auditions, it's like, yeah, they find them, but then they usually go to Korea and they have to train, be a
go and
trainee.
train for
Yeah,
like
and before they
a
like
couple
officially
years.
debut, but like with this, it's like right after
But
you win,
see, I
you're in the
don't
group.
mind them going through like their training years because I feel like it adds to the group dynamic. So by the time we get shows, it's like they have like they're comfortable with each other. They have like the inside jokes going. They know the likes, the dislikes. I feel like
Yeah.
you just throw a random English person in NCT, they gonna falter. There is so much going on.
No, but I think they'll like blend in, like with Johnny and Mark, 'cause since Johnny's American and then Mark is Canadian, and then like Jaehyun speaks English, so and then
I said,
But like, how long have they all been together? Is what I'm saying. Like, they had to go through the training process all together.
that's true. But do you know what? Where did SHOTARO come from? Because did he train? Was he a trainee? Because before it seemed like he was just a TikToker.
I think he was training. He trained with Sunshine. That's why they're so close.
Really? No, because
Yeah.
Sunshine said that he was like training for a long time because he was, he was training with Jungwoo and Kun and everything. That's why they all knew him already. SHOTARO seemed like he just came out of nowhere.
I think Shotaro was training too. He was probably a trainee who did TikToks.
No, usually you can't do that, right?
Yeah, you can.
It seemed like he had like
I just when at some point you have to like delete it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta see where SHOTARO came from. Because you usually don't see like trainees who just, and especially what he was doing on TikTok. I don't know. I gotta look into where he came from because he seemed like he came out of nowhere too.
It's saying that he joined the group after just 3 months of being an SM trainee.
Okay, so yeah, he did kind of come out of nowhere. That's what I thought. So I'm pretty sure he had some type of training, but it was like I feel like it couldn't have been that long.
3-month training period.
I knew he wasn't with Sunshine
Whereas
because
Johnny
Sunshine
had like
was
9 years of training.
Johnny, really?
Yeah,
but that
Johnny
makes sense though because I think Jimin did too. Jimin from BTS. I think he only had 3 months. Like they found him and then he was in the like the trainee for 3 months.
There
and
are
then they
cases
put him in
where they
BTS.
throw in members
It's
like
very
at
rare,
the
though.
last minute because
Yeah,
I think it was, what is it, Big Bang? where it was like, who was it? G-Dragon and what's the other one? Taeyong. They had like been training together for like a good like 5 years or something like that, and then like the group was set to debut like at the end of the year, and then they just kept throwing on like members, and then like by the time the group came out, they were like all just stuck together.
Yeah, I've heard of that too, because I think that's probably what happened with SHOTARO, maybe, or maybe they like want him like from the jump, but they just
well,
like,
they said they recognized him for his dance skills.
That's what I thought, because he had a lot of dancing TikToks. He was a TikToker, and he had a lot of dancing TikToks, and plus he would perform places. I think he was in some like dance crew. I think. I think so.
So is it easy or is it hard to become a K-pop member? Because some of these guys got 3 months and then others got 9 years.
It's really
Bang-chan,
hard.
he like trained, like he was a trainee for like what, 10 years or something?
It's really hard.
Until he got into Stray Kids. Yeah. Yeah, he trained for a long time.
I think it's mainly.
I feel like that's another thing with like.
I feel like it was more.
It was like a really long time, but like my thing is just like how many just random trainees you guys got waiting in the wings, and how long are you stringing them along for?
I know, like even when I don't know if you watched the survival show Island, that big hit one. That's where Hyping came from. But when I watched that survival show, it was like a lot of them were like trainees that's been training for a long time. And even like one of the members of Hyping, he said that, he was kind of salty when TXT ended up debuting because he trained alongside all those guys, and they got into a group and he didn't.
Yeah, because like, there's some like people in certain groups will be like, oh yeah, I was a such and such trainee since I was like 13, and I didn't debut until I was like 26.
I know, that's so sad. Because it's like at some point, it's like, am I ever going to get into a group? It's like for years you're a trainee, like.
Yeah, but that's like again where I was like, the company is being shady because there's no real rules or regulations to being a trainee. There's no set standards.
There should be like a time
you have
limit,
to meet
though.
These certain requirements. You have this much time. You have like this time limit. You have to get so much of this in order to get into this certain group. It's all just like so random.
Yeah, they should have a time limit though on how like long you train. Like they should be training for this amount of time, and then they should debut, because there's always boy groups all the time debuting. Like they should be able to just these amount of boys been training this long. Because if you're training that long, like at some point you have the skills to just debut. Like you've been training for so long. So it's like
I don't understand like what would hold a member back for that amount of time.
Exactly.
And like, not just automatically have them already be dropped. Like what is something that like what is Bang-chan doing to where it's like, okay,
for
we
like
don't
about a year or
for
so,
like
they should
10
be able
years,
to have,
but you're still not ready.
Yeah, like for what? Like I understand like he could be learning a lot of stuff too along the like his years, because he's like a really good like songwriter. Like him and 2 other members write all their songs, but it's just like still though. I'm like, you can still learn that while you are a group or in a group already.
Yeah.
So it's
but
like,
then it's still unfair because while it's like the company can be really random with this, it's like as a trainee, you're not allowed to have those same freedoms. Like you have to be at the practices every single day. You have to be learning how to songwrite. You have to be like doing your singing, practicing for 9 years straight and consistent, or else they're gonna drop you.
That's too much.
But there's still like, no guarantee.
Yeah, there's no guarantee
they would put you in a group.
You have no idea when it's gonna happen. Already like 10 years have passed by and you have not been in a group. No.
Yeah,
Like,
especially if like somebody who came 5 years after you is already in a group that's super popular.
Exactly. I would be mad about that.
Or you finally get your group, and then like some random guy from TikTok 3 months later just shows up and is like, "Yeah, I'm here now."
Exactly. Oh my goodness. Even though I love Shotaro, like, and all of the members love him too. He's like one of like everybody's favorite member now. But it's like he came out of nowhere. It's like,
it's like, where did you come from?
I know. And it was like, okay, yes. But I love Shotaro. I'm glad he's in the group though. But shout out to Shotaro.
Again, I don't feel like it's something that needs to be discriminated about. Like, I'm not saying he's not as good as all the other members, but I'm just saying the company itself should be able to make some sort of like baseline.
Yeah.
Some sort of coordinate something.
I'm pretty sure like a group of boys who've been, you know, training for a good amount of time, at least like a year or so, could form a group. Like, I understand why it takes a bunch, some people so long to form a group. It's like, put him in one.
You know, if I was like an entrepreneur and super industrious, I would just show up and start my own production company. And to every trainee that's been stuck there for like 5 years, come here, I'm automatically going to put you in a group.
I know,
and do what you want.
That would be smart.
I could probably get like 20 groups and they would probably all be just as successful.
Exactly. I don't know what they be doing.
Me neither.
You gonna start up this company with me, Jay?
Yeah.
Oh no.
What we gonna call it?
Peach Entertainment.
Already?
No.
Oh my goodness.
You know, I could probably like there'd probably be like a really nice logo we could come up with that though.
Yeah. Exactly.
I hate it, but I don't hate it.
Yeah.
It's a no for me.
See, I was a hater nearby, y'all.
Anyway.
Alyssa, do you say anything else but no? You say yes sometimes?
Or anything else besides anyways?
I'm not answering that question.
She says nothing sometimes. But she don't want to answer.
I don't answer foolishness. Jalen?
It's just a question. It's a legit question.
I want a shirt like that. I don't answer to foolishness.
Wow.
Okay, well, are we reaching the end?
I think so. I think we got some good conversation. It's been almost almost 2 hours.
Yeah. It was a very nice therapy session to express our feelings.
Yes, we got to vent about the frustrations that we have to witness all this crazy stuff that Sasaengs do.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. Like, we're frustrated, but we can't imagine the frustration that actual K-pop stars go through, you know, with all that stuff. Yeah.
Because it's 24/7.
All the time.
And they are strongly outnumbered.
That which is really scary.
And forced to accommodate them. Exactly. That's crazier too.
Hate
like,
it.
It's not just like, oh, they broke into my like hotel room, call the police. It's like, you can't call the police on a fan.
Yeah. That's scary, no.
But you know, Sasaengs, y'all could have a much nicer K-pop experience if y'all just stayed married to the music.
That's what all comes down to, y'all, okay? Listen, in the words of SHINee, okay? Stay married to the music, okay? Please! Just listen to that video, okay? Just listen, watch the video.
Understand what the actual K-idols are trying to tell you on what they want in a fan.
Yes.
They want a fan
Please.
who's going to allow them to stay a person, an individual, and a talented artist who appreciates their music.
Mm-hmm.
And it is only our job to stay married to that music.
Exactly.
Not to try and marry them.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. I just love that song, knowing now what it means. Okay. It's just, I love that song.
I agree.
Yes.
Have you?
Jay's hilarious. Like this whole time, you would just be real silent and then you just like run and be like, yeah, I agree.
How did you feel about the episode as a up and coming
Yeah, as
K-pop babe?
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Don't
What
be
are you
scared as long
scared
as you stay
of?
married to the music. It's okay.
I'm always married to the music.
Good.
That's a lie.
Alyssa,
I'm
how you know?
joking.
I will say you kind of did get a little bit into your expensive Sasaeng style when you was trying to go to that concert. Jay.
Exactly.
That wasn't my fault.
It was your fault.
I'm
We said, Jay, get a light stick and a shirt. You got a necklace, or
cup.
Super Bangchan cup. You got everything but the light stick. That's what you got.
Literally, she only was able to get the light stick because my cousin got an extra one. That was it.
Jay, you had
That
one
was a
job.
blessing.
She literally had one
Because
job.
she was thinking of not even getting one. She was like, I spent all
You
my
cannot
funds
go
on these
to a
random
concert
stuff.
without the light stick.
Exactly. That's what I was telling her. I was like, you have to get one. That's like the whole K-pop experience. You have to, swing the lights.
Wave it and get involved, and they tell
Yeah.
you where to swing it, and they turn off the
Yeah.
lights, and it's just all of the
Light sticks.
illuminating.
She got a random ring that said, what did it even
Oh
say? I
yeah,
don't
she
even know
got a
what it
ring
said.
too. We make Stray Kids stay. I think that's what it said.
And Jay, I'm gonna say this right now. A lot of K-pop stands have bought stuff like that, and then when they got more years into like being a K-pop fan, they regret buying stuff like that because just like, what even is this?
I wouldn't
It's
regret
cringe. It's very no. A lot of people end up regretting, especially with shirts that say like just
I'm
random
thirsty
stuff.
for Bang Chan.
And or like these just random K-pop shirts
Yeah.
or
When
stuff
you're
like that.
making these purchases, like it's
Yeah.
important to still be tasteful. So
But we know
maybe
Jay has this
two-
issue anyways, okay, with the whole
That's true.
Breezios and her 50 million perfume she got in her room.
My 50 million. It's like
soon to be $50
couple.
million, Jay.
Exactly.
let's have a couple perfumes.
Mhm.
Anyways,
No.
it's time to end.
Okay.
No.
All right, you guys. Hope you enjoyed this episode.
No.
If you listen for this long, we hope that means you
appreciate
are
you.
a fan that is married to the music and not
Yes.
a Sasaeng that is mad at the whole conversation.
Yes, you're saying leave. Okay, get out. Okay, or actually no, stay. Maybe you learned something today. Okay.
Take some
Just-
notes, take some
yes.
pointers,
Mm-hmm.
reflect on the actions you've done, maybe
Mhm.
change some future ones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hopefully you get your life together.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Be more
Yeah.
productive. We're not saying that energy is bad, but just be more productive with it. We would
Yeah.
love to see you guys, come up with a nice fan fiction. Make a webtoon.
Yeah.
I read those
I'm
all the
telling
time.
I read fanfics all the time.
I really want to
Make
find a
one.
really good fanfiction.
fanfics,
but no.
webtoons. I've been looking for a really good one. Put
Yeah.
all that imagination.
Not all of
And
it.
money.
Not all of it.
Okay, like
And
yeah, not all of
money.
it. Some people be getting
Not
carried
all of the
away.
imagination.
Okay.
Okay.
But like, most of it, that will make a good story. Just put it in there.
Yeah.
Write a good
Yeah.
fanfic. Just do that. All right, y'all. All right, you guys. We're gonna go. We'll see y'all
Tomorrow.
next week.
See y'all tomorrow.
Next,
See y'all next week.
y'all gonna see Jay tomorrow. The rest of us, y'all gonna see next week.
Yeah. Make sure y'all check out the vlog, Stray Kids vlog.
Check out our official podcast,
yes.
Unnecessary Commentary.
Yes, our new
Yeah.
episode will be out soon. If not, by
There's
the
a
time,
lot more of us, and it's a lot lighter topics.
yeah, by the time this goes on, I'm pretty sure that episode will be out. So yeah, go check out that new episode. What episode is it? Episode 10? 8?
10.
Okay, 10. Okay, I was right
Because
the
this is
first
our
time.
5th, so we're
Okay,
like
yeah.
halfway there.
Okay, trust me, y'all. We gonna be more consistent down here in the K Korner. Okay, gonna be more consistent. So
And look
check
forward to it.
check back with us next week. We'll see y'all. And just remember, stay married to the music. Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.